and welcome back to Next Stitch Designs with me, Sylvia. In today's video, I have this beautiful rainbow cardigan for you. This cardigan is for age 3 to 5 years old toddlers. For today's video, I'll be using this beautiful party time chunky yarn. I will leave the link in the description box below. I'll be also using the Simply Chunky paint box yarn. You will need 5mm hook, a tape measure, a yarn needle, stitch marker, a pair of scissors. The clips may be handy later on as well. So first we are going to start with the sleeves. Hold your yarn and like so, wrap it around your 2 fingers and create a cross. Go under this first one on top of the second one, pull it down and twist your hook and release. And this is your slip knot. For the calves, I'm going to chain 6. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through, and we need to chain 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now I'm going to place single crochet into the second chain from the hook, this one here. Insert your hook, yarn over, bring it up, yarn over and pull through into the next one, and so on. Chain 1 and turn your work. Now be working into these back loops of your single crochet. Insert your hook like so, yarn over, bring it up, yarn over and pull through. So from now on, you'll be working only into the back loops, single crochet, like so. But into this last stitch you will work under the both. Okay, so you will have front loop and back loop. Yarn over, bring it up, yarn over and pull through. And this way the edge will look much nicer. Now chain 1 and turn your work. Work single crochet back loop only, like so. And in the last stitch you will go under the both. Chain 1 and turn your work. And that's how we are going to work creating our calves until you can wrap it comfortably around your wrist. So this cardigan can be made in any size. So for example, for adults, you will continue as well until you can wrap it comfortably around your wrist. And remember, once you come to your last stitch, you will work under the both loops, front loop and back loop. So it means under the full stitch. But for this cardigan, 3 to 5 years old, I'll be working 18 rows. So I have my 18 rows, and to count it you will simply, as you can see, this little bridge, so you count this side and this side. So I have 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 16 18 altogether for my little toddler. Now we are going to sew it together. You are going to fold it like so, insert your hook into this corner here and bring the loop from the opposite side like so and bring it through. and chain 1. Okay, so now this should be sitting nicely on top of each other. Now we are going to insert the hook into this one here, then in under this stitch on the opposite side, yarn over, bring it up and do your single crochet into the next one here on the opposite side, yarn over and do single crochet. So you will work like this all the way across. So this is my last one here, as you can see. And this is your cuff prepared for the sleeve. Now, as you can see, this stitching created a nice ridge as we had here. So it's blending in beautifully. Now you can decide what side you like. If you like this on this side, or you can turn it around and have it like this. Okay, so it's up to you what side you will use, but the both sides are looking great. And I am going to use this side. And now we will be placing single crochet, and you can do this two ways. You can place single crochet in each row, so it would be here and here, then here and here. But for me, I like to do it a little bit different. So I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to place 2 single crochet in every gap on top. So as you can see these, I will place 2, 2, 2 and 2 single crochet all the way around. So once you have your cuff prepared, you are going to place single crochet here, and then on top of these ridges you will place 2. So 1 and 2, again on top of this one, 1 and 2, on top of this one, 1 and 2, and you will work like this all the way around. We are going to slip stitch. Once you come here, going to slip stitch into this very first stitch here and chain 3. Now we are going to do increase and then 2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So this chain of 3 is not counting as your first double crochet. So yarn over and into the same place you are going to have 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. Into the next one you're going to have only 1, and into the next one you're only going to have 1. Then increase again, so 1 and 2, again 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet and increase 2 double crochet. Again 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet and increase. So continue all the way around. 1 and you finish with 2. So you finish with increase. And you slip stitch on top here like so. Chain 3, and this is your cuff prepared, and you can see it's making a little bit like this, so it goes bigger. From now on we'll be working in the round double crochet. Okay, so I chain 3 and now I'm going to place double crochet here, and in every stitch I only place 1 double crochet all the way around. Like once you come to your last stitch here, you place your double crochet and then you're going to slip stitch on top of this chain here, slip stitch like so, chain 3 and continue again into this stitch here, and this chain of 3 is not counting as your stitch. Okay, so you will continue all the way around for your sleeves, and you will do 2 of these until you have 13 rows. So the sleeves for 4 years old and 5 years old toddlers will be a little bit different. We are going to create the cuff as we did for 3 years old. We will place first single crochet like so, and then 2 single crochet into the gaps, and we will work all the way around exactly the same what we did for 3 years old. Okay, so just continue working like so, placing 2 single crochet into the gap and work your way all the way around until you come to your start. So once you come here, you will slip stitch like so and chain 3. And for this round we will do something little bit different. So we will place first a double crochet here and then 1 more. So increase first, but chain of 3 is not counting as your first double crochet. Into the next stitch you will place only 1 double crochet and then increase again, and the next stitch will be only 1 double crochet, and so on. So you will do increase, chain of 3 is not counting as your first double crochet, so increase 1 double crochet, increase 1 double crochet all the way around. So I am at the end and I will place my last increase, then slip stitch on top of this chain of 3 like so, and oopsie daisy and finish your round. Chain 3 like so, and from now on you will place 1 single crochet in every stitch, and these are the sleeves for 4 and 5 years old toddlers as they are slightly bigger. And remember, this chain of 3 is not counting as our first double crochet, so simply just place your double crochet all the way around, no more increasing. And again, once you go all the way around, you will simply slip stitch on top of this chain 3 like so, and chain 3, and for 4 years old you will work 15 rounds like so, no more increasing, and for 5 years old you will work 17 rounds for your sleeves. Okay, so create your sleeves and then I show you what to do next. And once you have your sleeves prepared, make sure the seam is right in the middle. So you can fold it like so, and you can put them aside, and now we are ready to work on our cardigan. So I'll be working with this simply chunky yarn, and we are going to start with the brim first. So hold your yarn and like so, wrap it around your two fingers and create a cross. Go under this first one, on top of the second one, pull it down and twist your hook and release, and this is your slip knot. Now we are going to chain 6. And we are going to do exactly the same what we did for our sleeves. So we will work into the second chain from the hook, and we will place single crochet like so, and in every stitch across. Chain 1 and turn, and from now on you'll be working into the back loops, single crochet. So into this one here, place single crochet like so, and all the way across. But into your last stitch you will go under the front loop and the back loop, and finish your single crochet. Chain 1, and you will work as many rows as you need for your toddler. For me, I don't have my toddler with me because he's at the nursery, so I decided to copy his jumper, and you can do so as well if you like. So for my son, I have done 68 rows altogether, and it's nearly as long as the brim on his jumper, as you can see, and it will stretch a little bit. And now we are ready to sew it. So fold it in half and insert your hook into the corner and place the loop from the opposite side like so, and bring it through exactly the same what we did on our sleeves. Chain 1, and you will work your single crochet like this, sewing the both sides together with your hook like this all the way across. Chain 1, and again you have two options here. You can use this side as your right side, or you can simply turn it inside out and have this seam inside. But I think that both sides are looking great, as you can see, but I prefer to have this ribbing on the outside, so I will work like this. So I already chained 1, and into the same place where is my chain of 1 coming from, I will place single crochet like so. And now I will do exactly the same what I did for my sleeves. I will put 2 single crochet on top of these ridges. Okay, so 2 single crochet here, and as you go, don't forget to hold your yarn, and so you can hide it as you go. So simply just place 2 single crochet into those gaps all the way around, the same what we did for our sleeves. So I am nearly at the end, and you can see as you place 2 single crochet on top, it's looking amazing. But you can of course place 1 single crochet per each row if you like. So slip stitch like so, and finish your round, and chain 3, and into the same place where is your chain of 3 coming from, you will place your first increase. So we will place 2 double crochet into the same stitch, and chain of 3 is not counting as your first stitch. Next, you will place one double crochet into the next stitch and one double crochet into the next stitch, and that's what you are going to repeat. You will place increase and again one double crochet into the next stitch and one double crochet into the next, and then increase again. So you will continue like so until you come to your start right here. Okay, so I have my increase and then I will do one double crochet here and I will finish with double crochet. Okay, once you got this, you will simply slip stitch on top of this chain of 3 and you will finish your round. Chain 3, and from now on there will be no more increasing. Simply place double crochet in every stitch like so, and remember chain of 3 is not counting as your first double crochet. Okay, so just place one double crochet in each stitch around until you come to your chain of 3 here. And again you will grab your child's jumper like me, and you can measure how many rounds you need to do. Simply just placing it like so, and you will work until you get all the way up to the place where are the sleeves, so just under your under armpits. Okay, so for me it's about 25 centimeters, but this cardigan is just very short one up to his waist. If you want your cardigan to be longer, you can simply just work more rounds. So it's up to you how long you want your cardigan to be for your toddler. So from now on you will work in the round as we did before, double crochet until you get the length you need. And once you get the length, I will show you what to do next. And you will need to prepare your sleeves as well once we reach this length right here. So I have finished at the length for my son, and it's about 25 centimeters. The seam is on the side, so we will place the cardigan like so. And once you got this, we are ready to bring our sleeves. So this is my first sleeve, and when I finished, I left a really long yarn end, as you can see, and I am going to fold it like this so the seam on my sleeve is matching the seam on my cardigan on the side like this. So I will place my sleeve like so. So this is my first one, and I will bring my second sleeve on this side and I will do exactly the same. I will fold it like so, so the seam will be just under my arm. So this way we will hide the seam, okay? As you can see, place your sleeves like so. And now we are ready to work on this part here, and we will work top back panel first, and then we will do the front later on. So here is how many rows you need. But before we do so, we will need 2 stitch markers. So we will place one stitch marker on one side right in the middle. So make sure you will finish like me on the right side, and one stitch marker on this side right in the middle. Okay, so as you can see, we will place sleeves like so, and now we are ready to work the length of the sleeves. So for these sleeves for 3 years old, I have 12 centimeters, so my front top part will be 12 centimeters high in the front and at the back. So for my cardigan, I decided to go with the white and the rainbow. So my back part, this one here, I will work with the white one. And for the front panel, I will work with this rainbow yarn. Okay, so you need to place your stitch marker like this and leave it there. And I'm going to explain you later how we're gonna skip 2 stitches. So where is your stitch marker? You will skip the stitch where is your stitch marker, and then one next to it. But for now, I'm going to place the stitch marker back, and now I will work on my back panel, and we will skip these stitches later once we are done with our back panel. So insert your hook and chain 3 like so. Turn your cardigan like this, and now we'll be placing double crochet. So place double crochet into the next stitch, and this chain of 3 is counting as your first double crochet. Okay, so place double crochet into the next stitch like so, all the way across until you come to your stitch marker right here. So here is my stitch marker, and this will be my last stitch right here, just before my stitch marker. Chain 3 and turn your work, and you will continue until you come to your other side. Okay, so we are going to turn our cardigan like this and into the next stitch, because this chain of 3 is counting as our first double crochet. So again, work your way all the way back until you come to the place where you started, right here. And you will go there and back until you reach the height of your sleeves. So for me, it will be about 7 or 8 rows or 12 centimeters. So continue like this, and don't forget you will work your double crochet on top of the chain 3 as well, like this. Okay, so it will be nice and straight. Chain 3, turn your work and continue like so. So I have done 7 rows, but you can do 8 as well for bigger comfort, as you can see. So 7 to 8 rows or 12 centimeters. And now we are ready to work on our front top part. Okay, so I'm going to prepare my rainbow yarn. And now, where is the stitch marker? You will take your stitch marker out and you will skip that stitch. Where was your stitch marker and the stitch next to it? And you will start into the stitch right here. You can place your stitch marker if you like. So 1, 2, and the third one. Okay, so this will create a bigger gap for our sleeves as well as we put it in. Okay, so we will place it like so, and this 2 stitches will be right under our under armpit. So let's work on our front top panel. Let me just untangle my yarn. Okay, so I create a slip knot, and now I'm going to insert my hook into the place. So one, 2 stitches skipped, and the third one where I showed you before, insert your hook and place your slip knot on like so. Pull it through and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we are going to do exactly the same what we did on our back panel. So you will simply place a double crochet all the way across until you come to the other side, and on this side you will do exactly the same. You will skip 2 stitches. Okay, so you will take your stitch marker out, you will count 1, 2, and into the third one you can place your stitch marker like so. So you had 2 stitches skipped, and into the third one, and you will stop right there. Okay, so let's work on our front panel, but before we do so, I forgot to fasten off this one. So we just chain 1 and fasten off like so. And now you can work on your front panel the same way as we did on our back panel. So simply just placing double crochet. So I am here on the other side, and I will place my last double crochet into the place where was my stitch marker, chain 3, and turn your cardigan or turn your work, and again you will do as many rows as you did on your back panel. So 7 to 8 rows for 3 years old, for 4 to 5 years old work 9 rows. So I am at the end of this row, and my last double crochet I am going to place on top of this chain of 3 right here, and chain 3 and turn your work, and you should have the same number of rows as you did for your back part. So for me, I have done 7 rows for my back part, so I have done 7 rows for my front part. Just double check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we left 2 skipped stitches on the side, so we can place our sleeves in later on. But before we do so, we are going to fasten off like so. And now we will be working on this part. So we are going to sew the shoulders part, but before we do so, we are going to measure this gap opening for the head. And as I don't have my toddler with me, I will be using again his jumper. So I'll just simply measure it like this, and I have about 24 centimeters. If it's too big, don't worry, we can make it smaller later on. So I am going to fold this front part in half, and I'm going to place a stitch marker right in the middle. And then I will do exactly the same on this back part here. Fold it in half and place your stitch marker in the middle like this. And now we are ready to measure the opening for the head. So I will take my tape measure, and simply I will measure 12 centimeters on one side and 12 centimeters on the other side, and it will give me exactly 24 centimeters like this. So I will just replace the stitch marker one on this side here and one on the other side. So I just take the stitch marker from there because I don't need it there anymore, and this will be opening. Okay, so now I will place the stitch marker on the opposite side on my back part, on this side, and on the other side I will do exactly the same, like this. So now we are ready to sew the shoulder part, and this will be our shoulder here and shoulder part right here. Okay, so you will need the yarn needle and your yarn, and we are ready to sew. Now, before we sew, we are going to turn our cardigan so the wrong side is up, like this. So the seam will be inside, and insert your needle inside like this and create a knot. You can make it double so it's nice and secured. And now we can sew the shoulder part. And of course, you can sew it the way you like or prefer. And you will sew it until you get to your stitch markers. Right here. Now you can take your stitch markers out so they are not in the way, and simply just finish like this. And make 2-3 stitches in one place like this. And now turn it like so, and you can hide it inside so you won't have to do it later on. And now you can fasten off. Cut your yarn like this, and this is one side, and you are going to do exactly the same on the other side. So just make sure that both sides are exactly the same. Okay, so sew it on this side the same way. So I'm finishing this side here, and before I cut my yarn off, I will just make sure that both sides are exactly the same. And again, I will do 2-3 stitches in one place just to make it a little bit stronger, because the cardigan will go through a lot when you put it on and off. So simply just hide your yarn end like this and cut your yarn, and these we will hide later on. Now you can turn your cardigan inside out, And once we have the shoulder seams finished, you can have a look. It's looking really good. This is the gap for the head, and you can make it even smaller if you need to. We will try later on. And for the next step, we will finish the gap opening for our head, and we will sew the sleeves in. Okay, so for this next part, prepare your sleeves and make sure you will have a long yarn end and fasten off like this, because we are going to use this yarn end to sew our sleeves. Okay, so I will turn my cardigan again the wrong side out like this, but the sleeve will be the right side up, and I will place the sleeves inside and make sure the seam is just under your under armpit where are those two skipped stitches. Okay, so you will place your sleeve like this. And you are going to do exactly the same on the other side. Before we sew, I would like to say you can use these clips to hold your sleeve inside nicely as you sew, so it won't move. So these clips are really helpful. You will just simply place them around like this, one at the bottom, one on the top, and that should be enough. And now we are ready to sew. And you will sew like this all the way around, the same way as we have sewn our shoulder seams. So you will work your way all the way around until you come to your start. And I am here at the end, and I will do 2-3 knots like this around my needle just to make it nice and secured again, and fasten off. Leave it longer so you can hide the yarn end later on. And we are going to do exactly the same on the other side. So make sure you will fasten off your sleeve and leave the long yarn end again so you can sew your sleeve in. Once we have our sleeves in, we can turn the cardigan the right side out and check the sleeves. You can see they are sewn in perfectly. And now for the next step, for the gap opening. Before we create the collar, I want you to try on your toddler and make sure the gap opening is perfect, because my one was a little bit bigger, so I decided to make it smaller from the both sides. So I will go 2 centimeters in on one side and 2 centimeters in on the other side to make it a little bit smaller. I want to show you how to make it smaller. Simply you will turn your cardigan the wrong side out again, and you will just continue sewing on your shoulder seams. And as I said before, I decided to go 2 centimeters on one side and 2 on the other side, and this mistake can be fixed in no time. And do exactly the same on the other side. Hide your ends, and mistake is fixed. Perfect. Now I'm very happy with the gap opening. So simply just turn your cardigan the right side out now. And we can finish the gap opening now. As you can see, and not to worry because it will stretch. It may look a little bit smaller, but it was perfect for my little toddler. And now we are ready to finish our neck opening. Create a slip knot like so and insert your hook on the seam. Place your slip knot on and pull through like this and chain 1. And now for my gap opening, I decided to go with the crab stitch. So simply just go back like this, yarn over and bring the loop up. So you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through like this. So single crochet reversed. Okay, so you will continue working like this, reversed single crochet or crab stitch. Very simple and very beautiful. I just love to finish my projects with this crab stitch. So you will work like this until you get to your shoulder part. So I am here, where is my shoulder seam, and you will simply just skip that seam and go into the next stage. Nothing complicated, and simply just finish your round with this crab stitch. Now this is my last stitch here. I am going to turn my cardigan this way and just slip stitch like this, chain 1 and fasten off. And we are done with our neck opening. And this is it. This is our beautiful cardigan. I had so much fun working with this beautiful rainbow yarn. I mean, these colors are just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to like it, share it, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Unique Stitch Designs, for more ideas from me, Sylvia. Thank you very much for watching.